Hey guys, I'm Ivan.
I'm Brittany.
Welcome back to the, I guess, eighth episode now. Yeah, eighth episode of the Flag Nerds podcast.
Yeah. Still having scheduling problems with just life.
Yeah, and now that I sort of have my job back, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, because we used to do our recordings like on whenever we were just gonna have a free day, mostly on Mondays, if I remember right, or something is what we were doing for a while.
It was mostly on Wednesdays for a while, and then it turned to Thursdays.
And now it's just we just one of us messages the other. Usually Ivan messages me and is like, "Hey, record."
It's always me. Please.
Yeah, I just have so many people like that I have to interact with because I'm in 300 different servers for different content and all that. So I just forget.
Yeah,
So it's nice to know at least one of us is the responsible one and is just like, hey, we should probably get this done.
I'm like the only reason I'm the responsible one is because I have nothing else to do.
Fair.
I don't have any other responsibilities to take care of.
And I'm over here with a job and fucking everything.
Yeah. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about last week, or well, in last recording that I didn't talk about and completely forgot to talk about, uh, so my car got hit.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'll send you what an image of what the damage was. But this happened like in the middle of the night. My parents were coming back from like a church thing, and uh, some some dude. I don't know if he was drunk or not, but he hit the he swerved into my car, hit the back driver's side tire, and broke it, and then proceeded to hit two more cars in front of me.
Had to have been drunk or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's completely
Yeah.
fucked. Like,
Yeah. The reason why I'm not sure if he was drunk or not is because the dude's car, the dude's car, it was also kind of like wrecked. And when I talked to him, he said, yeah, something happened with my car, and I accident and I swerved into your car and whatnot. So like so in when oh, so when it happened, he actually left his car there and then ran.
yeah, okay.
So
That's yep,
yeah, so luckily we were able to get like plates and stuff.
right.
But yeah, it was a crazy situation, and we were up till like about 3 in the morning, uh, is- uh, pretty much waiting for the police.
Right.
Yeah, because obviously we need to file a police report for an accident.
Well,
Uh,
yeah.
So and also if you can't tell, by the picture, it was raining,
Yeah, you can very clearly tell.
and it was raining hard.
Good God.
Yeah. Luckily, like a couple of days later, the guy, uh, like uh, contacted us, or we were able to get away to contact the guy because he left a note on my car saying call me, and then he left his number. Uh, so so then he actually paid for the repairs, by himself.
Hmm.
Yeah, which was really good because insurance was not going to cover the repair.
No.
Yeah. Like I called them, like I called my insurance and was like, "Hey, so this happened. We have the information. Can you cover it?" They're just like, "No, that's that's not what your insurance is for." It's like, what the hell am I paying $200 for?
Yeah.
This,
Like insurance is a scam at this point.
it really is. But uh, but yeah. So the guy ended up getting it all fixed. Uh, I had to get a completely new rear axle
Oh yeah.
and new tires because of this. Yeah. So there was a lot. There was a lot wrong that happened.
Oh, I could imagine.
Yeah, and uh, uh, on top of that, like it was actually really hard for the mechanic to even get a new rear axle for my car because of how old it is and how
Right.
not common it is too.
Yeah. It'd be like because my car is a 2008, which is starting to get like old,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I'm putting that like it's starting to hit that point of like when we would have been like teenagers or whatever. Like your old like 1990s cars were like the ones that were like, oh, like that's an old car. Now it's like we're starting to get the cars that were new for us when we
yeah,
were younger are starting to hit that point of oh, it's old. Uh,
yeah, yeah. Both of our cars are from 2008. So like,
yeah. The
so
only nice
it's
thing is
15
mine is
years
a
old now.
Ford. Yeah, mine is a Ford, which kind of helps because Ford kind of has everything.
I mean, like, so does Jeep. So that's
Yeah,
not it's not too much of a thing. But at the same time, it's a discontinued model.
yeah. Unlike the Ford Focus, which I think is still being in made.
Yeah.
Like,
So for a Jeep that has that's a discontinued model, it was difficult for them to actually find a rear axle that worked or was compatible. Luckily they were able to find one, but like it's creaking a bit, so I'm like a little bit skeptical about it.
yeah. Um. So to turn to our more normal topics, so Baldur's Gate dropped while in between recordings.
Yeah,
Um. I have been playing Baldur's Gate 3, and I'm not usually one that's huge on D&D or stuff like that, but I've always had an interest and I've always wanted to try a campaign, but just never had the people to do it.
yeah,
Um, oh my god, I've put in like 30 or 40 hours. I'm still not even fully out of Act 1.
yeah. It's a big game.
Like, I have a friend who's put, I think she said like 80 hours into the game, and she's only just starting to hit the end of Act 2.
Yeah.
And she's still finding stuff in Act 1.
Yeah, like Mo, David, and James, they've been playing it a lot.
Yeah.
Uh, I have it. I have played it tiny bit. Uh, I need to like actually play it though, because when I did play it, like I was really only playing it with people, but but I always like had to restart the game every time I played it because
Yeah.
because there's like a group of like 6 or 7 of us that were playing the game, and every time we did like a 4-man or a 2-man, it'd be a different group of 4 or 2.
It was never consistent.
Yeah, so we had to like keep on like restarting the game in order to actually
Make
yeah,
progress.
yeah, you know,
Yeah. Something I wish there was an easier fix for, but, there isn't.
yeah. I wish it allowed for more players.
I do too, but I understand if you start putting like 5, 7, like once you start hitting a lot of players, it definitely makes it harder to balance.
Yeah, but then again, like campaigns can have a lot of people.
Oh yeah, look at like for a great example, look at the one run by Matt Mercer.
Critical Role.
Yeah. Look how many people are in that campaign.
Yeah, there's I think 7 of them.
Something like that.
Yeah,
But from a gameplay standpoint, I see why 4 is the option they went with.
yeah.
But
Uh,
there have been encounters I've had where it's like having 1 or 2 more people could have really helped here.
mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Actually, speaking of uh big campaigns, or multiple people campaigns. So we actually, in our D&D campaign, we recently finished, like officially finally finished a campaign.
Right.
And this was like last week that we did, and so now we're already starting on the new campaign.
Right.
And in the last one there was like 5 to 6 people. In this new campaign there's 8 people,
I believe it.
because like because James brought in a friend from work. David is bringing in his brother, and then one other person is bringing a friend of theirs. So we have like 3 new people.
Your size basically doubled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like we have 8 players, and also like we're sort of like region locking the campaign, like meaning like the campaign is like only set to like one region with like specific races.
Definitely be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, my character is uh a a, a, a warlock, which is good, which is going to be really interesting.
Yeah. That's the thing with Baldur's Gate is it definitely made certain classes a lot better than what they normally are. And then other classes are like, yeah, this is about what you would expect.
Yeah. It's because of the fact that it goes more by the book with D&D than most people do.
Yeah. I'd agree with that.
Yeah, obviously it does stray off of the books every now and again. But for the most part it is very much like by the books.
Yeah. It's more by the books than most DMs.
Mhm. So actually getting off D&D now. Uh I've been watching way too much anime.
Have not watched any anime.
So I've so because of the fact that like I was off work for so long, I was getting
Yeah.
to the point where I'm just like sitting at home, getting bored, not wanting to play a game, and awake in the middle of the night, not wanting to do anything, and not finding anything to watch on YouTube. So it's like, oh wait, let me actually utilize my Crunchyroll subscription and watch some anime.
Right? Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so funny enough, I haven't actually finished season 9 yet. It is complete, but I haven't watched the rest of it. But
Right.
I've been watching like I've pretty much exclusively been watching like slice of life romance animes. Like exclusively. And because of the fact that they're pretty short, I end up watching like 3 or 4 of them within a week.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah. A lot of them are good, some of them are just meh. But yeah, I don't know why I'm watching specifically this genre of anime, but I just am.
And sometimes you just get on a binge.
Yeah, like I really need to watch like Jujutsu Kaisen, because like I a lot of people that I know have been like seeing praises of this one anime, and there's like, yeah, you really need to watch it, and it's really good, blah blah blah. And it's like, yeah, I'll get to it. And now I kind of really need to start getting into it, because I'm starting to run out of slice of like romance animes.
Yeah, I need to watch Jujutsu Kaisen. I need to finish Fire Force. What else is there?
I
I
mean,
watched Soul Eater,
oh yes, yeah.
Tokyo Ghoul.
There's a new Soul Eater, or there
I've heard
was like a couple
I've
of.
heard the live action One Piece show is out.
Yeah, a lot of people actually do like it.
From the few clips I've seen, it doesn't look bad, but my thing is like it's taking something that's very cartoonish and trying to make it in a real life setting.
Yeah.
And I saw like a scene and it was like it had Luffy doing his whole like body change shit and it's just like this looks weird, but it's not terrible.
Yeah. I mean, like they successfully did it with Speed Racer, like the whole weird cartoony aspect and whatnot.
Yeah. Honestly, if they can do better than the Death Note movie, I think it was a movie or a show, I don't
It
remember.
was a movie, yeah.
But here's the thing. Death Note started it off really badly. The Full Metal Alchemist movie did better. Like
But see,
because
here's the thing with the Full Metal Alchemist movie. The Full Metal Alchemist movie was from Japan and was made in Japan. That's
yeah.
completely different. This is
Oh
Netflix.
yeah. Oh yeah. But this thing still is it's a anime being turned into a real life thing. So it's still in the same category. It doesn't matter who made it at the end of the day because it's a category at this point.
Yeah.
So if you start with Death Note, that pile of garbage, it's like, oh, you're setting a really bad example, especially for the first one.
And if you're starting with Dragon Ball Evolution, you're really setting a bad example.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, Full Metal Alchemist brought the bar up a little bit and helped, like, show, oh, this can be done in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
It also helps that you would think Death Note would do well, but the problem is it was Netflix being Netflix and doing stupid shit.
Yeah, like they changed complete story aspects,
Yeah.
and
They
just
should have just stuck to the plot, gone with that, cut out, like, some non-essential parts, and there you go.
yeah, like Misa is not there either. Like what?
Also, let's not talk about the live action Avatar
Oh,
Airbender.
oh no. I mean, like the one that's coming out so far looks good, and the
Yeah.
actual like original showrunners like Brian Konietzko and Michael Dante DiMartino, like they were actually a part of, art.
Yeah.
They're actually a part of the show
Well, and I
running.
think from what I've heard, the other thing that's helping the One Piece show is the creator is actively involved.
Yeah.
Basically telling them like, you're gonna do it this way or this ain't happening.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why the Mario movie worked. It's because Miyamoto was part of the process.
Yeah. Well, also that, and they couldn't get outdone by Sonic because they still have that rivalry.
Yeah.
Like, if it was a thing of like, oh, the Sonic movie did better than Mario, what?
I mean, like, it wouldn't be that much of a surprise.
Well, if I'm gonna be honest, the Sonic movies are really really good.
I still need to watch them.
They're good. Granted, having Jim Carrey doing Robotnik is absolutely fucking hilarious
Yeah.
because he fits so perfectly. Because he can do all the weird facial stuff and he can have that really kooky attitude that Robotnik has.
Mm-hmm.
So it really fits for him. And then bringing up the Mario movie, I actually found out that the guy that's been voicing Mario for actually since the beginning actually stepped down.
Yeah.
I was like, it's old news, but I don't think it's something we ever actually talked about.
Yeah. Charles Martinet, like he's been voicing the four guys on my shirt.
Yeah,
Mario,
Mario, Wario, Waluigi, and Luigi.
Yeah.
Um,
And funny enough, he's also Parthenax from Skyrim.
so it's definitely and apparently the first we're seeing of the new voice actor is in the new Mario game Wonder.
Mm-hmm.
Is we're seeing the new voice actor, and it was like a lot of people were like surprised that he stepped down because originally he said he was going to do this literally until he couldn't.
Yeah.
So it brought up a lot of questions of why is he stepping down all of a sudden. So
It's probably because of the fact that like he's starting to get pretty old, or well
yeah,
he's pretty old in general, and like he's been doing this for a long time. It's so like so it makes sense why either him or maybe Nintendo wanted him to step down for the
right.
time being. And also, we're starting to get into like a new era of gaming in general.
Yeah, the one thing I'm definitely worried about with the new era we're coming into, basically, of gaming is I'm hoping Baldur's Gate is going to set a good example to companies of don't be predatory. Just
Did you
make
not?
a good game. Like, just, like, you don't need to throw all these microtransactions in a game to make a good game.
Did you not hear what like EA and Bethesda said about Baldur's Gate?
Yeah, they said it was going to fail or
No,
something like that.
no, no. They said uh, or they posted like a tweet or something saying you should not expect us to make this quality of a game.
And I think Larian Studios even shot back at them.
Yeah, yeah, and not just Larian, but everybody
Oh, yeah.
was
Because
just
this is
like, "What that?
basically.
What are you talking about?"
Well, and it's like, at that point, it's like, okay, so you don't want our money. You're basically telling us you're going to make shit games, so why are we going to pay for your shit?
Exactly.
Like, especially from, because you said it was Activision or Blizzard, or
Yeah,
not Blizzard, Bethesda.
yeah.
Yeah, coming from Activision, you really shouldn't say that when you have a new game coming out literally in like a couple months
Mm-hmm.
with Modern Warfare 3. I think it's
Yeah.
actually next year. I don't remember. Anyway, with Modern Warfare 3 that they're trying to release. If you're like, oh, we're not going to meet this standard, that's telling us you're doing crap and you don't give a fuck.
Yeah, they barely met the standard with the new Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, they barely. I think it sold well, but I actually looked on Twitter because I was curious. They have a promotional tweet up for like, oh, get this new character when you pre-order the game or some shit. It didn't even have 2,000 likes. It didn't even have 1,000 reposts. I haven't checked on it recently, but that was like yesterday,
Damn.
and it had been out for a day. And I'm like, is Activision finally like killed Call of Duty? Like, are we actually seeing the downfall of Call of Duty because it's become such a monetary mess?
Well, see, here's the thing. We started to see the downfall of Call of Duty back in Black Ops 4.
Yeah. See, here's the thing with Black Ops 4. I think they had a good idea on paper. They ruined it though.
Yeah. And then
And
Cold War and Modern Warfare started to bring it back.
yeah, I will say the original like Cold War, Modern Warfare. I'll even argue World War II wasn't terrible.
Mm-hmm.
It was a nice homage. But then Modern Warfare 2 and then just this newer stuff like Vanguard and all that are really starting to show that they only care about the money.
Yeah.
Um so and like recently, so this is the only time I'm ever probably gonna bring this up for a very long time. I'm gonna bring up Blizzard and actually one of their games, World of Warcraft. This is probably the only ever time I'm gonna bring this up because there's not a whole lot we can talk about with WoW that would really give us sustenance-ish conversation. Like,
Yeah, because we don't play WoW.
well, I do. A friend of mine paid me $40 to play WoW. They literally paid for me to have 2 months of WoW, and they said, "Here, try it. If you don't like it, cool. If you like it, cool." Like, and I've been playing it. I played for like a day. I haven't gone back and played more because I've been busy with other games, mostly Baldur's Gate and Mortal Kombat, which we'll get to that next episode with Mortal Kombat because Ivan hasn't gotten the game yet.
I don't have money.
Yeah. Um. So we'll probably talk about Mortal Kombat and all of that next recording once the game's been out for a little longer.
Mm-hmm.
Just know it's absolutely worth it, 100%. But with WoW, so and I've been playing WoW for like a couple. I played it for a day so far, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, I can see a lot of the stuff they've fixed, and they've had to fix because they're losing players. And they actually have to start doing stuff that the players want, not what they want.
Yeah.
And it's like, actually seeing them do this and actually playing it now that it's a more balanced game and it's a lot fairer with its drops, it's actually a fun game. When it's not being a ridiculed mess of RNG and money, it's a genuinely fun experience. The problem is, it took this long for them to realize that.
Yeah.
Like, that's the problem I have with Blizzard. They have such amazing ideas for games, they ruin it with the stupidest ideas.
Yeah.
Like, I would argue, Overwatch, such a great concept on paper. Jeff Kaplan knew what he was doing when he came up with the idea for Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a bad game now.
Yeah, specifically Overwatch 2.
Yeah, I would say at the end of Overwatch 1, it was starting to be like, okay, this is starting to look bad, but it's still recoverable. Now it's just, this is a garbage game.
Yeah.
Like, if I want to play a game like Overwatch, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna go play Team Fortress 2.
Yeah.
Team Fortress 2 is more fun. Yeah, it's a money-filled mess because of all the cosmetics, but guess what? You can get the weapons and stuff off achievements and just playing the game.
Yeah, it's
And
also
once you
free
have
to
the
play.
for that too. It's a better free-to-play.
Yeah.
Also, yes, would it be nice if it was on consoles? Absolutely. If TF2 was on consoles, holy shit, Valve would be making probably triple what they make. Like, that's the thing, is I don't think Valve realizes if you put TF2 on consoles, yes, it'd be a fucking headache because Sony and Microsoft. Well, Sony would be a butt about it, but Microsoft would just be like, sure, whatever,
Yeah.
go for it. But Sony would be like, I don't know, because that would require crossplay and letting you guys make more money, like, because Sony's a bitch.
Yeah.
But it's whatever, neither here or there. Point being, Blizzard has good ideas. Because I would argue Diablo 4, the story was like, I actually had paid attention. I was like, this looks like a good game. They dropped the first season, and the game is literally dead. I paid for Diablo 4 twice.
Oof.
Once for myself, once for my brother, so we could play it early. We were playing it, we're like, oh, this is so much fun. They dropped the first season, and everything was nerfed so hard that the game was unplayable.
Damn.
And so I was like, I guess I'm going back to Diablo 2. So I've just been on Diablo 2 if I want to play Diablo. Because it's like, apparently anything new is just not going to work anymore. So. But, in other stuff, weather's finally better out here, as I'm sure you guys remember last time. I was in the middle of a heat wave.
Yeah.
The weather's finally cooled off really nicely. It's like 60 degrees out here or something.
Yeah, it's
68 degrees outside. It's really nice.
yeah, it's 70 over here. Wow, okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
I I modded my 3DS finally.
I was gonna say finally.
Yeah, I know. It did take a while to get me to actually mod my well
Speaking of
2DS
modded
XL.
3DSs, yeah. Speaking of, I when you were out here, I should have fucking seen if you could have taken the 3DS. I've been meaning to have you fix.
Yeah, I know.
I just you talking about it. I'm like, oh fuck. That's something we should have done last year when you were out here. Is I should have given you that so that way you could work on it.
Yeah.
But oh well.
Yeah.
Modded 3DSs.
So
Or I guess homebrewing.
yeah. So far, like I've done a couple of things here and there. Where did I put it? Oh, here. So far, I've done a couple of things here and there. Like I downloaded some like some virtual console stuff. I downloaded what's it called? I downloaded Fire Emblem on here.
Well, once you have it homebrewed, you can get any game you want.
Yeah, I know. But I mean,
Yeah.
what else am I gonna play?
For you, good point.
Yeah. So like right now I have like this Ike background.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can have like custom backgrounds on it. and whatnot. So like, so I've been playing this thing like a fairly decent amount so far, and the main reason I even like actually did mod it is because of the fact that like recently I've been playing a lot of the 3DS Fire Emblem games, but I've been playing them on my computer,
Yeah.
and and like because I don't have the money to get them physically, I was like, let me mod my 3DS so I can play them on my 3DS.
Yeah. Um, and speaking of Nintendo, so I heard that because I haven't watched it yet, but I heard the last direct got a lot of people hyped up, specifically with Thousand Year Door.
Oh yeah, I was like, I saw the direct.
Um,
What are you talking about?
Thousand Year Door.
Yeah,
A lot of people, a lot of my friends are super excited for it. I never played Thousand Year Door, but that was because as a kid, the games I played were mostly Sonic games, not Mario. So,
yeah,
because I was the one that grew up with Sonic, whereas other friends I had grew up with Mario.
yeah.
Well, for me, it was Sonic and Final Fantasy. So,
Yeah, I mean, like, I basically grew up with like Wii Sports.
who didn't have Wii Sports? Let's be
I mean, like,
fair.
fair, but like more
It's the
specifically, Wii
most.
Sports and Epic Mickey.
Yeah.
And
So.
I was actually looking at my stats on my Wii, and
Mhm.
for one, I realized I got my Wii a lot later than I thought.
Oh.
So I thought I got the Wii back in 2008.
Okay.
Turns out I got the Wii in 2010,
Okay.
which which was really beneficial considering the fact that like literally in the next year, uh, the the revision console came out, the one without
Yeah.
backwards compatibility. So luckily, I have the Wii with backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
And then also, I was looking at some of the stats that I was looking at. Uh, I have like I forgot the exact number, but I think it's like over 3,700 hours in Netflix on the Wii.
Yeah. I think I remember looking. What was it on? It was on PlayStation. Or no, it was on my Switch. And I had like 2,000 hours on YouTube.
3,000. Yeah. Okay. It was 3,000
Yeah.
hours on Netflix.
Hmm. I remember someone uh I was watching was like, yeah, it's actually impossible to watch every single YouTube video on the platform now. It's literally impossible
Yeah.
because there's so much content that it's impossible to watch every single video.
Not just so much content, but so much content constantly being uploaded
By
at
the
the
time
same
you would
time.
finish a video, about 40 or 50 new videos would be uploaded, and that's being small.
Yeah, and probably by the time you finish the entire catalog of like one content creator, you would have like 30 more
Yeah,
content creators putting out the same amount.
yeah. It's impossible to watch all of YouTube.
Yeah, it's
So definitely take for granted the content creators you have found and managed to keep up with.
mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I'm like there's only really a couple of content creators where like I actually do consistently watch their uploads.
right.
And there are like other things that I just do watch on YouTube. It's mostly
Mhm.
mostly what I watch on YouTube nowadays is like like Smosh or like some kind of like British comedy thing.
Yeah, because Smosh is actually coming back.
Yeah. Weirdly enough, I started watching Smosh after Anthony left,
Yeah, makes sense.
and now he's back.
Yeah. I've been watching a lot of Voice Critical lately
Mm.
because he's pretty good at giving news in a way that's not heavily skewed.
Mm-hmm.
That and his reactions are kind of hilarious sometimes.
His descriptions are really good.
Yes, yes, they are.
And a lot of them are just like off the top of the dome too, which is even
Yeah.
crazier. Because it's just
Well,
like,
and not only that, Charlie's also really good at just giving a very powerful statement, but also making sure that people don't misunderstand what he's saying.
mm-hmm.
Because like when he was talking about the shit that happened between Mr. Beast and Jacksepticeye, which everyone pointed out highly unlikely that that was deliberately like meant to happen. That was just people being drama queens.
Also, Jacksepticeye kind of has a point, but that's
He
beside.
does. Even
Yeah,
even Charlie was like he has a point, but I don't think Sean meant to cause all that drama. He was just pointing out something.
yeah,
Like, does it suck for Mr. Beast that like that was thrown at him? Yes, but there's a reason he's so popular,
yeah,
and it's because he found what people wanted to do, or he found a niche that's really good at driving interaction and growth, and just home run it. Like
yeah,
he just ran with it. And yes, I think it did change YouTube for the worse because now that's all people do. Is people are just oversaturating the platform with Mr. Beast clones.
yeah,
Like, because that's the thing that was different like 12 years ago was people made content to have fun. Like what Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, PewDiePie, what they were doing back like 12 years ago.
yeah.
They were just making content to have fun and they would actually interact with their community. And they still do. I know for sure Sean and Markiplier still very much try to have as much interaction with their community as they can.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely it sucks that if you want to be a new content creator, your chances are very small if you're trying to do it just for fun.
Yeah.
That's like our podcast will probably never actually blow up, but we
Well,
just do this because it's
yeah. I mean, like we might, but we'll never reach that height.
not without a serious luck hit.
Yeah.
Um, like it's something where we'd have to be constantly working our asses off for it.
Which in reality, I'm kind of the only one working on it.
Yeah. I'm kind of just here.
Yeah, you're the passive. I'm the active.
Yeah. To be fair, I am also pretty computer stupid when it comes to a lot of editing programs and shit. Could I
Yeah.
learn? Absolutely. Do I have the time? 100%. Do I
But
have the motivation? No.
yeah, and also I already know everything, so it's just like, well,
Yeah.
what's the point?
Like the most I could be doing is I should definitely be sharing around the podcast more. I really should.
Yeah,
Doing
because
a
I've
lot of
also been
promote.
doing that.
Yeah. Um it's just I forget honestly because it's like there are some servers I'm in where I'm like I don't know if the person I know who runs the server would be okay with me doing this, and sometimes they're hard to get a hold of.
Mm.
So so yeah.
Yeah. And another thing about uh critical. So he actually so he how he has an esports group, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So in the past couple of months, he's been running the esports group with Ludwig.
Yes.
But now Ludwig is actually no longer running it alongside him because they ended up getting a new sponsor.
Right.
So now it's Moist Shopify.
Okay. Sure.
which is cool and all, but I'd rather have Moist Moguls. Moist Moguls was pretty cool.
Yeah. I
And
watch very little Ludwig because, like, he does so much clickbaity shit.
but it's all real.
Yes. It doesn't change the fact that it's still clickbaity.
Yeah, I mean, like I've been following Ludwig since he was a Melee commentator, so I've been
Yeah.
following him for a while. That's why I still watch Ludwig.
No, that's fair. I'm not calling his content bad.
Yeah,
Not at all. It's just not my type of content.
yeah, but yeah. So like, I kind of want to know what this means for some of the players, specifically one of their Melee players, Zane, because he was a part of uh way back in the day, he was a part of Ludwig's esports team in air quotes, uh,
Yeah.
uh, Mogul Moves, and he really only made it. He really only made that one that esports team just for that one player, so he can go to a tournament, one specific
Yeah.
tournament, because it's just like why not? So then years later, after multiple other sponsors go by, Zane comes back to Moguls now alongside Moist. But now that Moguls is no longer a part of Moist, I kind of want to know what that entails for him,
Yeah.
because like I
I
don't,
definitely understand what you mean.
yeah, because is Mogul Moves gonna be a separate thing? Is Zane still gonna be a part of Moist, or I don't officially
Yeah.
know what's going on.
No idea. Um. Yeah. I don't really follow that community, so I would not know.
Yeah, I mean, like obviously I do because, yeah, I mean, like the thing that Mogul or not Mogul that Moist Esports is actually like really big for is actually Rocket League.
Yeah. I think I remember Moist talking about that.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, they have a pretty big or well known Rocket League team, and that's pretty insane.
Oh yeah.
And then alongside that, they have a bunch of like mostly Smash players, and also mostly Melee players.
So yeah, I just checked. Yeah, Modern Warfare 3 is coming out in November.
Damn,
No, November 2nd of this year. So in like a month and a half.
that's not that far off. Damn.
That's really fast, if I remember right, for them.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like they're pumping out games every year. So
True.
it's yeah, it's not that big of a deal.
Or really a surprise.
Yeah. What is kind of crazy is the release time between the first Mortal Kombat 1 trailer and Mortal Kombat 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the first trailer came out like 3 months ago.
Something.
Yeah. So it's just like, and now the game is like already out. It's just like, what? What happened?
Yeah. And we're starting to get a lot more stuff on Tekken 8 now.
Yeah, yeah. We've got a couple of gameplay trailers. We've got a lot of promotion, other promotional stuff like Hori already has their arcade stick, uh, their special edition Tekken 8 arcade stick, which I do intend on getting. I don't know if I should or not. Like
It's you.
I have the 6 one, so
I was gonna say it's you, and if it's for a game you know you're gonna play, you're probably gonna try and get it.
probably yeah. Like I have two Street Fighter 6, so
So
yeah.
I know I'm gonna be looking more at Tekken 8, see if I get interested at all.
Mm-hmm.
If not, oh well. Yes, hi.
Yeah, I'm still not 100% on uh certain aspects of Tekken 8 uh in terms of like character stuff.
Oh, I could imagine.
Yeah, because like they haven't shown off my main yet.
Oh.
So I don't know if he's even going to be in the game. And also so far they've only shown one new character. Because like
I don't. Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, because all the other characters that they've shown off so far are like are legacy characters,
Well,
like
to be
Raven, like
fair,
Nina.
let's be fair. The same happened with Mortal Kombat. We haven't seen any new, other than Lee May. We didn't really get any new characters.
Li Mei is not new though.
No, she's just being seen again, like Nitara and stuff like that. We just haven't seen them in so long.
Well, see, the reason why we're not getting any new characters is because this game goes back in time.
It's a reset.
Yeah,
Um, so and honestly, that's fine. It's a reboot. It allows them to have creativity and kind of try new stuff.
yeah.
So
And technically speaking, they did show off new characters because we are getting Peacemaker, Homelander, and Omni Man. So,
yeah,
although granted, those are guest characters.
yeah. Um, but I get your point with Tekken 8. Like, we'll have to see if they show anyone new off. Because that was with, I think, with Street Fighter 6. I think we have a couple of new characters. I don't remember though.
Yeah, I mean, like with Street Fighter 6, they sort of banked on the fact that we were gonna get a couple of new characters.
Yeah,
I mean, like yeah, Luke was from the previous game, but he was sort of like the transition into Street Fighter 6.
yeah.
So yeah, yeah, we got
It's
Luke,
it's a
Jamie, Kimberly.
yeah, and I think they're trying to have them be more of the front runners and let Ryu and Ken start kind of falling back along with Chun Li
Mm-hmm.
because as it shows very well in Street Fighter 6, they're getting old.
Yeah.
Like especially Ryu, you can start seeing the man's like actually starting to look older.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think there will be a time where eventually Street Fighter won't have Ryu, Ken, and Chun Li in there in the same way that we have them now.
Yeah.
Because when their games first released back with Street Fighter 1, I don't remember what their original ages were, but it's been at this point they're getting up there.
I would assume like early 20s.
Something like that. And at this point they're getting to their 40s and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot,
Yeah.
if not older.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like also Street Fighter is just like with Street Fighter, it's that like they're more akin to having new characters within the next game compared to like the other fighting the big ones out there. Because Mortal Kombat, they tend to have a lot of legacy characters, and
Yeah.
and yes, sometimes there are new characters. Like you have characters like Ferritor, you have Cassie, uh,
The
and
Combat
Takeda.
Kids.
Yeah, the Combat Kid specifically. But I mean, like a lot of them uh did come back in X or in 11,
In 11, yeah.
so they're not new characters anymore.
No. Well, and they have little show ups here in 1. I won't spoil where they're at, but you do see the Combat Kids get referenced in 1.
Yeah, although the Takeda part still is still kind of weird.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see how Takeda works in one,
Yeah.
because it's not going to be the same Takeda. Well, it's going to be the same Takeda, but a different. You get the point.
Yeah.
It's not the one we know,
Mm-hmm.
or at least it won't be the exact same one.
Yeah.
So, like even Quan Chi, Quan Chi looks interesting.
Yeah. Quan Chi is gonna be weird.
Well, you'll get to see it in the story when you eventually play it or watch it, whatever you plan on doing.
Yeah.
Ermac is interesting what they do with him. So there's a definitely a lot in MK1's story that's really good.
Yeah, we're barely on an hour.
And we're running out of stuff to talk about.
Yeah. I thought
Might
I
be
would have more. But,
honestly same, but then I'm also thinking about it. I'm like, there's not a lot that's happened in gaming or in general.
Yeah, there really isn't. That's I'm like, yeah, we had the direct, but like there was nothing really that big in the direct other than Thousand
Outside
Year
of
Door.
yeah, might have to be a shorter episode.
Eh.
I mean, to be fair, the big thing is we got the recording.
Yeah.
Like, we got something, and if anything, um, like I even on my PlayStation, I was like looking at stuff on the pre-orders. That's why I brought up Tekken 8. I was like, is there anything on pre-orders that we both have knowledge on that would be fun to talk about? And I just, other than Tekken, I didn't see a whole lot.
Hmm. Oh, I saw there was a new character that came out for Smite.
Yes, Baron Samdi's wife.
Oh, wife. I thought it was his mother.
It could be his mother, his wife, whatever. But what's really fucking mind-boggling about her is she's an assassin.
Ooh.
That's magical. Yes, they're saying fuck the roll damage, and now they're saying we're making magical assassins.
So it's like the opposite of Al Kwong.
Yes. So now everyone's like, make Al Kwong physical. Like, make him a physical mage. He's not. He doesn't fit the magical mage archetype that we have. So
Yeah.
make him a physical mage. Make him different. But then I'm sitting there and I'm like, so are we going to start getting like physical guardians and magical warriors and whatnot? Because like even some of the mages I could say could be seen as like physical, or even some of the hunters as magical.
Yeah.
Like where are they drawing the line on it?
Yeah. That is kind of crazy.
Because if you want to argue it, you could say like someone like Soul could almost be like seen as like almost like a hunter with
Mm-hmm.
how she's built.
Yeah.
People build her more like a hunter than they do a mage.
Yeah. Attack damage, attack speed.
Yeah. Um. Could you imagine if Soul was a magical hunter and she could like get crit? Like imagine a critting Soul. That you just get one auto hit and it's just dead.
Oof. I mean like, what's her face? Artemis is already like basically like a magical hunter.
Right? So it's definitely they're going with a different like way of doing stuff, and I'm very curious how this is gonna change stuff.
Mm-hmm. And then also,
Also, let's not even forget the point. It's another voodoo character.
yeah, that's another major thing.
Like, I knew we were going to get more. There was no way they were just gonna do Baron and be done. Not when there's so many different characters they can do in voodoo lore.
Yeah, especially considering the fact that voodoo expands not just from like Africa, but it also expands into like Jamaica and then all the way up to Louisiana.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's in the Americas for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, and even like almost every country has some form of voodoo magic. It's just how you want to describe it.
But yeah, but this is specifically like voodoo of African descent.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get what you mean. Yeah. So, and it's nice to see that getting a lot of representation.
Yeah, because although because if it was like from other places, it would be considered it would have a different name. Because or it would be different types of pantheons if it was
Yes.
that kind of a thing from different places. Because in India we have there's Jadu.
Okay.
Yeah, so if there was a different pantheon similar to voodoo, that would be that.
Mhm. It's just other than because we haven't gotten a new pantheon in a minute, if I'm
Yeah,
remembering correctly.
I think the last one was
It was either Baron or the Arthurians or whatever the hell they're called.
I think the last one was Arthurian.
Yeah. I could be wrong. It's been a minute since I remember us getting a new. No, it would be Maui. I think it would have been Maui because he's still newer.
No, well he is a new he is a new
Because
god,
he's
but he's not a new pantheon. Because Pele,
true. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He falls under Pele's. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
yeah, Polynesian.
So would it be? Yeah. It would be the Arthurians then.
Yeah,
Unless Baron came out after King Arthur.
no, because Baron came out the same time as the what's it called, as Polynesian, and also uh I'm
The
forgetting what
same year as Pele and all them.
yeah I'm forgetting what his name is. Slavic. There we go. The Slavic war.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, because that was the year that like it was three that
Different pantheons.
yeah, three specific ones that came out the same year.
Yeah. Would it? When did Cthulhu come out? Was it after King Arthur?
I think it was actually. Hold on.
So it might be Cthulhu's the newest pantheon with the
Yeah,
old gods.
yeah, it might be Lovecraftian.
Because I'm thinking about it, I'm like Cthulhu. He's got to be one of the newer pantheons, right?
I completely forgot about Cthulhu.
I just had the thought. I'm like, wait, Cthulhu. Like, how did I forget the big old tentacle monster? Like, how did I forget him? Stop.
How did we
Fighting
forget
me.
Squidward?
Right. Yeah, I think it's Cthulhu. Without looking it up, I think it's Cthulhu.
Yeah,
I want to say it's Cthulhu.
yeah, yeah. I think
Because
he came out like a little bit before Morgana or Morgan Le Fay. I mean,
Morgan Le Fay, yeah. Because with King Arthur, it went King Arthur, Merlin, and then Morgan Le Fay is the newest, or not the newest one. It's Lancelot's the newest one in the Arthurians.
yeah,
Which after Lancelot, I don't know who will still be able to do. Maybe other Knights of the Round.
yeah, probably, yeah, definitely other Knights of the Round. Probably Guinevere.
Yeah, definitely Guinevere.
Yeah, probably Uther. Probably the dragon.
Oh, Tiamat. What's Tiamat's pantheon?
She, Tiamat is uh Mesopotamian.
I don't think, have we had Mesopotamian gods before? Was
Yeah,
she a first?
no, she's the second one.
The second one? Okay.
Uh, Gilgamesh. There we go.
Still, Gilgamesh came out late. Gilgamesh definitely came out later than Arthur.
Yeah,
So if it's not,
Gilgamesh and Tiamat are together.
yeah. So if it's not, it's definitely not King Arthur at this point. At this point, we figure it's not King Arthur.
Yeah.
Um.
So yeah, I think it would be it would be what's it called, Lovecraftian.
Okay, so yeah, Ishtar as well. Ishtar, Tiamat,
Oh,
Gilgamesh are all.
I forgot about your star.
Yeah, they're the newest pantheon because I actually just booted up Smite on my PlayStation. Because if the pantheons are sorted correctly by their newality or whatever, like how new they are,
Recency.
it would. Yeah, it'd be the Arthurians, and then Oleron and Yamojas, which were the Yoruba.
Yoruba, that's what it's called.
Um, and then you had Cthulhu with the Lovecraftian, and then Gilgamesh and all of the other Babylonians.
Ah, Babel. Okay. So
Because
okay.
Tiamat, it was Tiamat and Gilgamesh together because they were both in the same trailer. Or it was Tiamat, and then they had another one with Gilgamesh where it was him fighting Tiamat or something like that.
No, I think it was
Or it was
Gilgamesh.
the other way around or something.
It was first Gilgamesh, then Tiamat.
Yeah, because it was Ishtar is like super new ish.
Yeah, because I remember playing a fair bit of Gilgamesh. I
Gilgamesh
completely
is
forgot
fun.
about yeah. I completely forgot about Tiamat. Like I didn't even know she
Yeah,
had came out when she did.
yeah. The fun thing about Gilgamesh is just drop kicking people, especially into walls and crap. It takes on her and makes it an assassin basically, even though Gilgamesh is a warrior.
Yeah, I remember
So
when Tiamat had come out and like I was playing the game. Uh, I was like, oh, that's a cool cuckoo skin.
and then
And then like in the game as we're playing, I was like, that's a new
they
like I get surrounded by like this multicolored triangle thing. I was like, that's a weird effect. Who did that? There's like, oh,
you
that was
start you
Tiamat.
start
I was like, what? Tiamat's this game?
yeah. Well, the funny thing is when people think Tiamat, they think D&D
Yeah.
with the five-headed dragon, and
Mm-hmm.
that's even my first initial thought with Tiamat. But it's like no, Tiamat is technically Babylonian.
Mm-hmm.
So, because if they were going to do a five-headed dragon in Smite, they're going to do the Hydra.
Greek. Yeah.
They're going to do the Greek Hydra. It'd be interesting to see them do that, especially since they've done Cerberus.
Yeah. Also, I think Hydra also has 3 heads. If
Well,
I'm not
remember, Hydra's thing was if a head gets cut off, two more pop out.
Yeah, I know that.
But I think at Star, I think it was 4 or 5, something like that. I don't remember. My Greek.
No, it was 5. Yeah, it was 5 because like I'm like thinking back to the scene in the Percy Jackson film
That's a way to remember, but yeah, it works.
because it's 5 guys that come out and turn into the Hydra. Hello,
Yeah,
Blake.
yeah, she's been. Um. So yeah, it'd be fun to see the Hydra in Smite,
Hmm.
especially with the Greek lore of Hydra's venom, or yeah, Hydra's venom can kill a god.
Yeah.
Something that I think is very well seen in the Percy Jackson series of like, yeah, if you have Hydra or Hydra's blood, it was Hydra's blood or something.
Mm,
Like a vial of Hydra's blood could literally kill like one of the big three because of how powerful it is.
yeah.
It can strip a god of their immortality.
Hmm.
Um, which I think is why the Hydra is like there's only like one of it in existence or two. They're very very rare.
Yeah.
Um, that being said, like since I actually just saw, so you remember that one Ao Kuang skin that's the Dragon Rider skin that we've never had again?
Yeah.
They did a recolor of it for the most recent Odyssey, so people actually have a way of getting the skin, but as a recolor.
What the hell?
So the skin that I think James would brag about having because he's played Smite since like I think day one,
Not day
and
one,
when
but
that's
yeah.
very close, when that original limited Ao Kuang skin was, I think it was, I don't remember what originally was for it, but that old skin. So that's like it was surprising when they finally got rid of the vault
Yeah.
after how many years of them saying, "Oh yeah, we're gonna get rid of it next patch," and then they finally did it, and everyone's just like, "We didn't think you'd actually do it." That's why I'm glad I got the skins out of it I did want. I was a little mad I didn't get the Guan Yu skin.
There was literally only one skin in the vault that I even wanted.
And for me, it was the Susano skin and the the other one I got? There was 2 of them I got. I don't remember what the other one was.
Mm.
Susanoo was the big one. The swashbuckler skin.
The only one that I
Oh,
wanted
the
from...
Daji skin.
Oh,
The
right.
anime Daji. That was the one I got. But I didn't get the Guan unicorn skin where he's literally an old man.
Oh, right. I forgot about Guan Unicorn.
Literally, that was your go-to Guan Yu skin. I
No,
think. Or
no.
maybe it was Mo or James.
That was James's go-to skin.
I hate. There was one thing I always hated. It was when James played Chiron. Because he would use the fucking
No,
skin.
I would use that skin.
Oh, it was you. Yeah, the fucking gay Chiron skin. It was just like, I'd sit there. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
I love that skin. It's so good.
It just screams gay.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. It doesn't go over my head, but it's just like, that's a little strong, don't you think? That being said, look at the.
That's why I play the
July
character.
skins. That's fair. Well, look at the 4th of July skins. I think one of them they had to remove voice lines because people got pissy. I think it was specifically on Poseidon.
Mm.
The one Abraham Lincoln skin he has or whatever, or the Uncle Sam skin.
Oh, right.
Because it's like I don't remember what he said. There was one voice line he had that was like, "Ooh, that's strong American right there." So, yeah. And I have no problem hashing American because at this point they're asking for it.
Yeah.
Like, as an American, and I don't say that proudly, we deserve the shit we get.
Not all of it, though.
Not all of it, but a lot of it is because of really stupid things.
Yeah.
Especially, without going into details, our politics. It's just a shit show.
Yeah, when it's the Brits making fun of us, that it's just like, come on.
We just make fun of them back. Like,
Yeah,
if the Brits, like, at this point, it's a running gag. But then you have countries, that are just like, why are you doing this? Like, the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, our healthcare is a great example of that.
Yeah.
That's why I actually plan on moving to Canada, hopefully within the next year or so. And it is something in progress. I just have to get that all figured out because it's holy fuck, it's a bunch of legality.
Yeah.
It's such a pain.
Would you be moving into like Alberta, or would you
I'd be actually moving up to, without saying exacts, I'd be up in the Saskatchewan area.
Oh.
So I'd be going an hour back further. So there'd be 2 hours separating us instead of 1.
Oof.
So, instead of it being like 5 your time, it'd be like 3 my time.
Yeah.
That'll make the podcast a little more difficult, but at the same time, not really, because it'll just mean it'll be earlier in the day for me. So instead of doing our recordings, say, like 4 p.m. for you, we'd have to do them at like maybe 5.
Yeah, for the podcast, it's not too difficult. But
if we want to do like gaming or something, that's when it'll be like, ooh.
Yeah, it's like when it comes to D&D, whenever we're playing, we have to start at like 7.
Yeah.
Because one of our people, he's on the West Coast.
Yeah, so it's even further back for him.
Yeah.
So like for him, it'd be like what, 4 when you guys start?
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, 4:00 when we would start.
So 3 hours back. Like, time zones fucking suck.
Yeah, but I mean, like they make sense.
Oh, absolutely. Until you get up to Alaska and you get to that one part that's literally 23 hours apart just by going like a mile.
Yeah,
because you have the one part that's in Russia and then the other that's in Alaska. So it's in Russian time zone and then Alaska time zone. So you're right there at the.
Yeah, the Diomedes.
Yeah. So you could go from being like one day to another day.
Mm-hmm.
So
there are actually points within the winter where like it completely freezes over and you can actually walk across.
Yep. That's actually how a lot of what were the Indians got here is they took that land bridge and got down to the Americas.
Yeah, but the thing is that th- that actually happened a lot later, or a lot earlier than you think.
Mm-hmm.
That native that uh ancient migration happened a lot later within the human history than you think, because recently we found some fossils uh in in like Arizona that date back the time when humans were in the Americas by like 250,000 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we originally thought that it was only 10,000 years ago that humans had come into the Americas.
Nope.
But then we found this one site that ended up pushing that date back at least 250,000 years.
I always thought when people were like, "Oh yeah, it's only been 10,000 years," I'm saying that doesn't sound right. That doesn't like feel right. Like it definitely feels like people have been here longer.
Yeah.
So,
In terms of like modern America, it does feel like people have been here longer, but America is still only like 200 some odd years old.
which is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing people point out is a lot of historians are like, "Oh, is America ever going to be at the threat of collapsing?" And they're like, going off of how different civilizations lasted in just like averaging their time, America is still like a baby in history's eyes
Yeah.
for a civilization.
Yeah. Although we do have our own ancient history, we kind of got rid of a lot of it because of racism.
Like if you want a really good example, look at Japan.
Yeah.
They've been around for thousands of years.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Especially if you go look back at like the Ying Dynasty or like any of the old dynasties.
That's that's China.
Or you know what I meant.
Yeah, like the Edo period.
Yeah, the Edo period. Sorry, I fucking. You know what I meant.
Yes, I do. But I
But yeah,
correct you for correction's sake.
yeah. Still, even if we wanted to transfer over to China, it still holds true.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, Japan got a lot of their ideals from China, or it was the other way around. One of the two.
No, yeah, a lot of their influence is from China. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and especially the Edo period was a very different time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's surprising you still see the effects from the Edo period on man.
Yeah, it, yeah, a lot of a lot of the stuff in some of the animes that I've been watching recently, a lot of the times they go to like Edo shrines in
Mm-hmm.
in in in, in the show, again, it happens like way too often, to be honest.
Well, to be fair, anime has a lot of like references to old Japan.
Yeah,
Especially if you look at your older animes, like especially if you look at like Inuyasha and stuff.
yeah, Inuyasha, Rurouni Kenshin, stuff like that.
Yeah. Hell, even Afro Samurai,
Yeah,
which is an anime I don't think we've ever talked about.
I I mean, like, nobody really talking about Afro Samurai nowadays. I haven't seen it anyway.
That's fair. It's still one that it still holds a very good image.
Yeah. Does it
So
does it follow Yosuke, or is it just a completely different?
I don't remember.
Because like there was one black samurai that's Yosuke.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, so like that's why I'm kind of trying to think like
Trying to
this.
think. Yeah. I'm not the person to ask. I haven't seen it. I just brought it up because I knew of it.
Yeah. And then obviously
So,
Boondocks takes like heavy inspiration from Afro Samurai.
oh yeah. So, um, speaking of Japan, so I heard that in one of the prefectures, I don't remember which one, they actually legalized gay marriage,
Oh wow, finally.
which is huge for Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Like they've always been okay with it, but they've always kind of been more hush hush. But they're not like gonna kill you over it.
No, well, yeah. It also it to them, it's a Western thing.
Yeah, they didn't have the understanding that most people do. Because I don't want to just say Western civilization, because
Yeah,
but still,
I mean
it's huge.
that's part of the reason why it's completely outlawed in Russia because it's considered Western propaganda.
Even though Russia finds the most random things to call Western propaganda,
I know.
like looks at fucking jeans.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's like fucking what? No, sure, whatever, whatever, Russia. Like,
To them, it's like pretty much anything that's like that is not as common in Russia is
it's just
considered
Western
Western.
propaganda.
Yeah,
But to be fair, we don't have to try and help Russia make itself look worse. It's already been doing that just fine.
in the past couple of years. Yeah.
The last couple months, they've been eh, they've been doing that very well.
Oh yeah.
Even got themselves a fucking revolution going on, a civil
Mhm.
war.
Mhm.
So it's like, yeah, you guys are definitely doing yourself no favors.
Also, like there's one guy on Shorts that I've been watching, where he basically a lot of his channel is just like him basically making fun of how like feeble Russia's military actually is compared to America.
Yeah, the only military that America actually would truly be scared of is China,
Yeah,
because we actually have no fucking idea what's going on in China.
yeah, but at the same time, we have a very big military.
We do, but a lot of people are worried about nuclear war and stuff, and I'm like, unless someone goes absolutely code red, it's very unlikely nukes will get involved.
Yeah, and even if
They're
nukes will,
more,
even if nukes will get involved, we'll know about it, but like right before they launch.
yeah, because there's a whole bunch of things thanks to the Geneva Conventions and all that.
Yeah,
Like
and
there's a lot of laws of war because of the simple fact of, if you're going to war, you have to do it in a humane way.
mm-hmm.
That's why biological warfare is not a thing anymore. Can't go in there using biological warfare or anything like that.
Yeah, I feel
Or
like I feel
napalm, because
to be
napalm
honest,
is mean.
yeah. To be honest, when I read a couple of the things about the Geneva Convention, and like I was reading some of the rules and regulations, and it's just like if with these rules in place, what is even the point?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, why are there
That's the thing.
like
Like,
why are
don't get
there
me wrong.
still
I don't,
wars happening?
because people are dumb
Yeah, no.
and people like to fight over really stupid shit that they could just talk out.
Yeah, screaming at you, Russia.
Yeah. Looks at North Korea.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Although North Korea is a different case because that's a little bit different.
I feel like if North Korea actually got into trouble, I don't know if even if their allies would help them.
They don't have any allies other than China.
And even then, I don't know if China would help them.
Nope.
I honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if in the next couple decades, and this is me being generous, if we don't see something happen in North Korea.
Yeah.
Because I can't see the Kim Jong-un, whatever, whoever it is right now in office.
Yeah.
I can't see that bloodline lasting much longer.
See, the thing is that literally nobody has a choice.
Yeah.
So it kind of has to.
Well, technically, from what I've heard, technically, Kim Il Sung, or basically the first Kim,
Mm-hmm.
he's still technically the leader of North Korea.
Yeah.
So they are literally I forget what the fucking term for it, for the type of government run by a dead ruler.
I don't think it's necroarchy.
I don't remember, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So it's just like North Korea is just fucking weird. It might be necroarchy or whatever.
Where the hell did my
You
phone go? Ah, here it is. Let me look it up.
yeah. I think it's the only one in modern history. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. It is necroarchy.
Oh, nice.
Or necros. Yeah, necroarchy. I was right. Or hold on. Necrocracy. There we go. That's
Necrocracy.
yeah. So
That's a hell of a word.
yeah. I was very, very close.
I mean, to be fair, you just take what would normally be used for the word for dead, which is necro, and then you kind of just throw on ocracy on it.
Yeah.
So necrocracy. Ugh. So okay.
There's also, I mean, like there are like other terms for dead, but I was
Yeah.
specifically going for the word necro because that's the Greek.
A lot of stuff with that is we take from Greek.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not a surprise, seeing how much of a huge impact the Greeks and Romans had.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of terms within modern English are like Greek or Latin.
Yeah.
That sometimes it doesn't help when trying to make new words for things
Yeah.
or trying to figure out like uh, what what goes for with or for what because like the word octopus is both Greek and Latin in origin.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there are some words we take from like Asian cultures, like Japanese and whatnot.
Like the word tsunami.
Yes.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
Yeah, it's so, but the thing about the word octopus is what I was specifically getting off at is like the thing about the plurality of the word octopus because of the fact that it's both Greek and Latin. A lot of people uh didn't know like uh what the
Plural
plurality
word.
for the word is because like the prefix octo is Latin. That's why people uh, made the word made the plurality of it octopi because that's the Latin
Yeah.
plurality. But the end of but the suffix is Greek. So
Yep.
so the technicality is that the plurality of octopuses is octopodes.
Yeah, and it's just like it's a hell of a fucking
Yeah,
weird word.
but because of the fact that it's both of them, it just doesn't matter. So just say
Yeah.
octopuses.
Yeah. So, um, yeah, definitely a weird word.
Yeah.
So, um, we definitely got over an hour now.
Yeah, we're reaching an hour and a half. Another thing about like Greek and Latin if, etymology. So the suffix homo so there's a term like homogeneity, and then there's like Homo sapiens.
Yeah.
The 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 Latin homo actually means same.
Okay.
Yeah. The Greek homo means human.
All right.
Yeah. So that's why like the term homosexuality means same sex, but the
Yeah.
word Homo sapien is human.
I get. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So that's like that's one thing that like people just don't know and don't realize because it's just like why is Homo sapien and like Homo erectus stuff like that, why is that using the same uh, word as homogeneity and like
Yeah.
and whatnot is so it's just that's the reason
Makes sense.
because like to use another homo word, they're homophonic.
Yeah.
So so it's just, yeah, just yeah, so yeah, that's the explanation behind that. Yeah, I have a lot of knowledge on etymology and whatnot.
Yeah. I mean, I think that was one of the few things like when you're passionate about something, you'll definitely go after research on it.
Yeah, I have two books uh by this one YouTuber uh who does videos on etymology.
Yep.
Yeah. It's yeah, the books are called The Origin of Name, Words, and Everything in Between.
Yeah.
Yes, so yeah, there's just a lot of like etymological stuff in within here. But yeah, so I guess we're getting pretty close to the end. I guess we should wrap this up.
Yeah. Um. So, on that note of etymology, I think it's time to wrap up today's episode of our Flag Nerds podcast. So, as always, if you guys have managed to watch or listen to the end of this, thank you for sticking around. I'm Brittany,
I'm Ivan.
and we will see you guys in episode 9 or 10, whichever one's next.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys around.